Next up on the Straight Up R&B
Nigga, go back home
podcast.
if you want to be in your culture. What the fuck I gotta save your... Bro, I'm trying to save my people.
Bro, but that's the thing.
They are the only one that are not gonna get deported anywhere.
They're leeching off of us, bro. That's what it is.
This is what brings the fuck up. Nigga, I got no beef.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's going on, everybody?
We are back with another episode, Straight Up R&D podcast. I'm D.
And I'm Rich.
Yeah, what episode we on now, bro?
Episode 70.
Episode 70. I know we took a little break, but we are back now, y'all. Happy holidays to everyone. You know, we had to take a little short hiatus to recharge, but we are back now to come at y'all with some good topics. But break us down, bro.
Yeah. So, it's a Straight Up and R&D podcast where we give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up, with opinions based on motherfucking facts. And like we always say, the number one rule on this podcast is we don't give a fuck about your feelings. All right?
At all. Well, we appreciate the support. Mm-hmm. You know, have a little goal. Let's see if we can get to 350 by the end of December.
Yeah.
Just keep riding off of that.
Yep. So we got some good topics to jump right into and start us off, man.
Yeah. So, if you haven't been living under a rock, Zohran Mamdani is the mayor-elect for New York City. Basically, I don't want to say he blew out the competition, but it was a no-brainer. Everybody knew he was going to win. The only real competition was Andrew Cuomo. And I guess it was a little closer than I thought it would be, but, I mean, again, we all knew weeks prior that he was going to win New York City. So now after he won, he took a trip to the White House to meet Trump, which I don't know. Am I surprised that they met so quickly? Maybe it's just election talk, but, he's bashing Trump all throughout the election, which is I get because, you're running for New York. New Yorkers hate Trump, so it's like you got to talk bad on Trump. Even during the debates, a lot of the questions was around Trump. What are you going to do to, I don't know, to speak to Trump and stuff?
To stop Trump.
You know what I'm saying? So
and Trump-proofing New York City.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, to Trump-proof New York City. So a lot of debates, it was questions around Trump, which were crazy. So I guess I was a little surprised that they met so soon. But he took a trip out to D.C., met with Trump on how he wants to positively affect New Yorkers. And people forget Trump is from New York. So I think Trump generally wants to see New York do well because that's how he started his come up, was in New York, and then branched out to other states in the country. And now he's the president. So overall, it was a good meeting. I was surprised to see, publicly how well they were sticking up for each other. Trump was talking highly of him. Mm-hmm. Zohran was talking highly of Trump. And I'm like, I guess if they're together, there shouldn't be no feud if they're addressing the media together.
But you would think the way Zohran was talking,
and Trump too. Trump was coming at him too now.
Like it was on site.
Yeah, so when they were basically buddy, I was like, wow. It was great to see, honestly. I thought that was really good to see because it shows that, based on your political ideology, you can unite, come together, and come to a middle ground. So it seemed like they had a really positive conversation. I remember even one of the questions, or a reporter asked Zohran, do you think Trump is still a fascist? Mm-hmm. And he was about to answer. Trump was like, yeah, just say yes. Just keep it short. Yeah. It's easier just to say it. And Zohran like, well, you're the man. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was great. And they just kept complimenting each other throughout the whole conversation. And now I really want to see how the relationship's going to be now once he gets into office. And I want to see if there's going to be the energy prior to him becoming mayor-elect, or they're going to still be respectful towards each other. In my opinion, Trump, he's a wild card. I think the moment Mamdani does something Trump doesn't like, oh, I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But hey, it was a great first meeting. We'll just see how Mamdani does once he gets into office. He's been doing a good job, I guess, shaping up his transition team. He's hiring a lot of people with, really leftist beliefs. Like like these people, they're coming and do some work, bro. So we'll see the Mamdani era of New York, and maybe Trump is just waiting to see like how it is. Maybe I guess it's really nothing to say right now. He's not a mayor right now. It's still Eric Adams. So I guess
it looked like you almost forgot his name.
Yeah, facts. And Adams enjoying himself, bro.
Oh yeah, he having a good old time. And trying to pass all these BS before he leave.
Yeah, and he's trying to make it a little bit harder for Mamdani for when he comes into office. But yeah, bro, what you thought about the meeting? Were you surprised as me of how cordial they were?
Zohran is fake, bro. He's fake, bro. He's fake. Like, I watched that whole press conference, the press conference. I watched the whole thing, and I'm like, wow, the way this man was coming at Trump during the election night. If you want to come for New York, you gotta go through all of us and this and that. Look, I feel like the people that voted for him was like, damn, I feel betrayed. Like, you gotta think, these leftists don't even want you talking to him. They don't want you to go to the White House. They don't want you to. You're supposed to automatically Trump proof and make sure nothing happens and he can't enter here. And if he's in here, he's getting arrested. Like, that's what they want, And I will say this: Zohran is smart. He said,
smart. That's what I'm about to say.
He said what the people wanted to hear.
To win.
Just to win, because he knows he has to work with the president. He has to work.
He needs
with the
federal
governor.
funding in New York City.
And if Trump is saying, "Well, I'm going to withhold federal funding to you if you guys vote for Zohran," and he won, obviously Zohran is going to need the money for all these programs, for all these things that he want to do. Now, I think this really shows Zohran's true colors because he's not stupid. He's not stupid. But I'm saying he's fake because to his supporters, you doing a 180 on them right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what they want you to do. Right. So I know all of the stuff that he's doing, he's saying he's not going to be able to get done. Like, maybe the rent freeze and the free buses and all that. Maybe he won't get that done. But I think he'll do some positive things that may benefit the city, but it won't be to the extent of what he was campaigning on.
But we were always saying before he won that he's going to need support from outside voices in order to get some of the stuff he wants done, like the president of the United States. You can't do everything by yourself because he was running like, yeah, I'm just going to do this and that. But people were saying, like raising the taxes. People were like, well, you need Holter on your side to raise the taxes. And she said numerous times, I'm not going to do it. But this is what you're campaigning on and telling New Yorkers that this is what you're going to do. But you can't do it by yourself. So by him going to the White House, speaking with Trump.
Because he already knew that.
He knows that, like, I can't do this by myself. I need people on my side. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, do I believe he likes Trump? No, he obviously doesn't. But he's a smart, one thing I would say about him, bro, he is smart, bro. Even every debate, I think he watched all the competition and debate in terms of articulating his thoughts. Mm-hmm. Very articulate. I was this guy's. Yes. And I don't know, even with Como during the debate, he was stuttering a lot. I was like, damn, like, is he fit to even be a man right now? Like, because he was like, even when he was on The View, I watched his View interview. Bro, they asked him a question. He would repeat his answer like 4 times in a row. I'm like, okay, bro, like say something else.
Because he's got nothing. He's got nothing.
So I was like, just watching the debates and stuff, like, yeah, this dude going to win. This dude is going to win. Courtesy why he wore his emotion on his sleeve, but that's not enough. Mm-hmm. Especially in New York, where New York is just so progressive right now. Like, he's just
not wazoo.
Yeah. So he's a smart dude. I know for a fact, he's like, look, I'm going to campaign on this and say this just to win. Mm-hmm. But once I'm in, he's going to have to mend relationships. He's going to have to talk to Trump, have a respectful relationship with him. I don't know if he's going to be bashing Trump publicly as much now since he's in. Can I see him doing it just to please his supporters? Yes. But I don't think it's going to be on the same level of when he was campaigning.
I think that while he's in office as mayor, he's going to stir up some feuds with Democrats.
Oh, yes. It's already happened.
Because it's going to seem like, oh, him and Trump is friends, best friends or whatever. But it's going to be like, yo, it's not about just attacking this one man. Look at Letitia James. She went run off trying to get Trump, and look what the hell happened to her.
Cooked.
Everybody that try to go and put their career and focus so much on this man, they end up getting hurt in the end. They end up getting blown up in the end. So it's like for Mamdani, he's smart enough to know it's like, yo, I don't have no experience. That was his big big thing was he didn't have no experience. So if you have no experience, why are you gonna go run and start trying to attack, Republicans or attack the feud a fight with the president and thinking that you're gonna get anything done? Because at the end of your term, you're not gonna get reelected. He's thinking about reelection right now, and he's smart, and I give him that. But during his campaign, he made it seem like, oh, he was of the poor class and he's in a rent stabilized apartment as well. And the dude has bread. His family is wealthy. Mm-hmm. They got money. And one thing Cuomo did point out was, yo, you make over $200,000 and you're in a rent stabilized apartment. How that work? Zohran couldn't answer that. Why? Zohran ain't stupid because he played the system. Mm-hmm. Just like any other rich people, billionaire, millionaires, they play the system to keep their bread. So
all the time. The
same people that's championing for this man don't even realize those things, that he's also playing the system as well. And one thing that's going to come out of all of this, Democrats are going to have an internal feud with this man, Zohran. They're not going to like him. They're going to try to slander him in the newspaper saying that he's actually a Republican or he's doing this and he's doing that because they're going to find out, yo, he's not what we thought he was going to be.
But Cuomo was even saying before he lost that there's an eternal fuel in the Democratic Party because there's Democrats like him, Cuomo, just corporate Democrats, old school Democrats, and then there's the new wave of Democrats like him, like Zohran and AOC, the socialists. And they were feuding. It's like, hey, do we really want the party to go here? Mm-hmm. And even post Mamdani, people were saying, do you want this man to be the face of your party? And a lot of Democrats, I was saying like, no. And the main reason I was seeing why, because there's a lot of uncertainty of how this new these socialist policies are going to go. It's very unclear right now. Like, this is something like, I don't want to say
it's too new for them.
It's
like
new.
It disrupts their day-to-day system that they got going on.
You know what I mean? And then it should tell you the amount of support Cuomo got behind him. Democrats are just not ready for Zohran. You know what I'm saying? So, but he won. We'll see.
52%.
Bro.
That's more than half of the entire state. Well, the city.
Yeah, the city.
The city.
So we'll see like how this plays out. Let me ask you though.
The city got 8 million people, yo. Like, yo, it took like over 4 million and some change voted for this man. That's a lot. But go ahead.
I remember, before I even ask you, but I remember on election day, I was deep in the city that day because I had something to do. I was running around. So I was passing like the polling sites for like, the public schools up in upper town Manhattan and midtown Manhattan and stuff. I was seeing Zohran supporters coming out full force, bro. Bro, I saw somebody, I can't remember what part of Manhattan, but I know it was deep, had a whole Zohran like costume on.
Oh my gosh.
Basically had his face, and had like a suit on, like, oh, make sure you voting for Zohran. I'm like, oh yeah, he winning. I remember at that moment I was like, bro, I have never seen that. I've never seen it. I'm pretty sure there have been people dressed in like Trump costumes. I haven't seen it in person. This is the first time on election day me seeing somebody dressed up in a costume of a politician. It's like, oh, make sure you vote for this person. But let me ask you, bro. Out of all the things that Mamdani promised, what do you think is something that you think he could actually accomplish?
Something I think he can actually accomplish would be, I would say, loosening the restrictions on building more housing.
Okay.
Like making it easier. So basically building on top of what Adams did for the House of Yes, where they were like, allowing more construction of more rent stabilized apartments and stuff like that. I think he can do that. That's something that sounds more realistic to build more housing. One other thing is may not to the full extent of what he said, but was issuing fines to landlords that don't repair, broken amenities inside of the house.
And then taking over the building.
Taking over the building part, I don't think he can do that. But throwing a fine on them for not repairing these amenities, I think that's a good thing because you got to think about it. There are some
that's
shitty...
That's for like any landlord or just landlords rent stabilized?
No, that's any. So as long as they're registered with the city, you're renting, whatever, and, there's complaints about certain things, that I feel is a good thing because there's some shitty landlords out there that don't fix anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you fix your shit, you can prove it with receipts. Like, yo, this was fixed, blah, blah, blah. But those are the only two things I see that is very realistic. Maybe the city-run grocery stores, like
that's
maybe
what I was thinking.
Maybe piloting one could work.
Because you want to put one in every borough.
One in every borough. I think he's going to do the Bronx first. And if it works in the Bronx, it may take some time for it to spread to other boroughs. But those are the only things I see he can do. Freezing the rent? No. Raising the taxes on billionaires? No. Free bus? Definitely a no-go. That ain't happening. MTA ain't gonna happen.
Don't you need MTA support?
MTA board has to vote on that.
Yeah, and I don't see that happening.
And they're not doing it. And he's gonna need help from Hochul on that as well. So that's definitely not gonna happen. So all the other big talking points that he was saying, he's not gonna be able to do. And at the end of his term, he's gonna say, "Oh, but there's more to do because it couldn't be done in 4 years. I need more time." That's the play he's gonna give them.
All right.
What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I was going to say the thing I think he can possibly do. I was going to say I don't know about one in every borough was the city-run grocery stores. Mm-hmm. Bronx. I didn't really think about location, but I could say, Bronx makes sense because of where they at currently. Mm-hmm. And then see how that turns out. And then launch more if needed. But other than that, wait and see, boy. Wait and see. I really want to see how he's going to attack this free buses stuff. Oh, he also promised universal childcare, didn't he? Free childcare. I don't know how he's going to get that done. But shoot, if he was able to accomplish that, boy, because that affects everybody. People who...
The childcare.
Yeah.
Not that?
If he accomplishes that will affect if you voted for him or not. People got kids. If you voted for Como, you got kids. Voted for Sliwa, you got kids. Now, if Mamdani come and say, "Yo, free daycare for everybody," bro, that's a W. I don't know how you can get that done, but so here's the thing, bro. He has a lot of big promises. That's my only worry with him. Like, you're promising a lot of big things that will positively affect people's lives, like free buses, free childcare, city-run grocery stores. These are big vision promises. But what, out of all those promises, what can you actually accomplish? Out of the big vision promise, I was like, okay, maybe you can get the city-run grocery stores going.
Which I still don't think is a good idea.
Yeah, and I just want to see what things are going to be priced at. So, like,
what he need to do is put money in people's fucking pockets, not give no damn grocery store for that BS, bro.
Or like even put money towards like other food banks,
how about
nonprofit organizations that's giving food out into the communities. You could do that too.
Do that. How about he, instead of raising taxes on billionaires, which I believe he should do if he can, but reducing taxes for us. Like figuring out some way we can get reimbursed or something or some way. Like
that ain't happening.
Trump is giving the $2,000 back. He's giving
tariff revenue
through taxes. So you get taxed $2,000 less. That's money, less taxes you got to pay at the end of the year. So it's like, why not do some shit like that for New Yorkers? That way we can get the money back and be able to spend it on something, or give us a tax-free day. Like in Florida, they have tax-free days.
Yeah.
I'm like, you talk about childcare, you talk about this and that and the third. How about one day or the first week of September for kids? Yo, no taxes on nothing. You buy all the essentials that you need for your kids.
I remember, bro, when I was in Florida, randomly, I was just out there to visit some family. No clue it was tax-free day. I just remember saying that, man, I remember I got to go back to New York. I got to go get some shopping done and stuff. And then my family member was like, oh, it's tax-free day. I'm like, what the hell is that? They were like, there's no taxes.
No.
Bro, I remember stole the rental. I'm like, give me this. Went straight to the outlet. I'm buying shit. And I see all the taxes come off. I was like, this is amazing. I had no clue that existed, bro. Yo, I was like, if New York would ever implement something like this, it would save us a lot of things.
Dude.
So people were buying, school supply, because around it was like almost back to school, so buying kids' school stuff, and I'm just there shopping because I'm just
racking it up. Like, yo, it's a once in a life. Well, for a New Yorker,
us?
yeah, for us, like a New Yorker being down there. But like, yeah, I feel like if he were to implement those type of things where we can actually physically see, visually see the savings. Okay, we're getting something back. Like, all right, that can help me out a little bit here. I got a little more money I could spend on buying food or something else. You know what I'm saying? And now that they passed the big beautiful bill and the government shutdown is done, right?
for now.
All them people who were on food stamps got to reapply. That was a big thing. I didn't even know that. I thought it was like, oh, if you're already on it, you stay on it. But then if someone new wants to join, it's these new terms. No, it's you had it before, you got to reapply again. They canceled all them other applications.
You know what's crazy about that, though? I thought it was always like that. Call me stupid. I thought it was always, okay, you're on food stamp for a few years. You need to reapply to see if you're still like eligible for food stamps. Like, because if you was approved for food stamps at one point, you know, your income's at a certain level.
Well, I think they do check if you're working or like something. But like now, I guess when you're due again to get checked, is new terms.
So you never had to reapply.
I don't know for sure.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause I was like, wasn't that always there? I don't know. I'm just thinking in my head. And then they always just check?
They would check. I think they were checking to see if you are working. I think to a level of if you have a job and you're making X amount of money, then you know you would no longer get that benefit anymore.
Okay.
Because you have to make less than a certain amount.
Right.
So if you exceed that, and they do another check again, and you know, oh, you're making $80,000, then obviously you can't be on food stamps. So, but now it's if you're on it, you have it. When that cycle comes again to check, you don't meet the new terms. You can't get the benefits anymore.
I got you. Okay, and it makes sense because reapplying because now they got the terms of like you got to be working. Or
part-time or something.
Working.
So again, look, to me, I think that's a good idea. I mean, it's going to affect a lot of families. I understand. I get it. But like, this is taxpayer money. And I'd rather it go to someone who's actually going to work and be in the working force rather than being at home, racking up $12,000 in food stamps and then just chilling. And middle-class people who trying to make a living, trying to make ends meet, still having to pay all this money for food and groceries when you're not even contributing to the taxes that we're paying for all of these services. So, like I said, the grocery store run, EBT, New York City, this whatever, I don't see it being very successful outside of being in the Bronx, honestly. And I'm not throwing shade at the Bronx, but you know, it doesn't seem that beneficial to me at all. I think, like I said, lowering taxes for middle class and, you know, lower. I think the lower class don't even pay that much in taxes anyway.
Evasion.
So it's already low anyway to begin with. Granted, they don't make a lot, but like for the middle class and stuff, it's like lower that. Give us a little break. And if you can do the free childcare, go for it. But I know something else is gonna give. I'm trying to think what could possibly backfire for that.
I don't know. That's the thing too. So he's gonna have to work with Hochul. I want to see how Hochul plays this because she's up for re-election. So in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, you're gonna need those Mamdani supporters to back you too. Like now, do you just start saying like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do this and that, we're gonna work together, this and that, just for the sake of getting reelected? Or are you just gonna stand your ground and just, you know, do what you always say you're gonna do? Unless there's somebody come out the woodworks and kind of overtake you the same way they did with Como. Because remember when Como announced, everybody was saying, everybody locked Como in for mayor. Until Mamdani came out of nowhere and just swept it under his feet. So I want to see like how Hochul plays this now. Because I know for a fact, bro, no, you can't tell me that she was hoping Como would win. Now she's like, all right, how do I deal with this?
She wanted Zohran to win.
You think she wanted Zohran to win?
She wanted Zohran to win.
I don't know, bro.
I think because her and Cuomo had a feud.
Yeah, they had a feud, but I feel like they still come from that same Democratic Party. It would be easier for them to work together than it would be for her and Zohran.
I think for her, the reason why I say she wanted Zohran, because for her, she wants to go with the crowd. Whoever's more popular, she gonna go with them. Zohran. Go with him because you're in an election year. Mm-hmm. You want to, you know, work with give a feeling that, oh, I'm gonna work well with Zohran for New York City, and New York City is, you know, a lot of people live there. I'm the governor, this, that, and the third. I want people to like me because I'm in my election year. You want to go with the winner.
I know, and I agree. Right? But she's not agreeing with what the winner wants. Like, you got to raise taxes.
Because she can't say that. That's the thing. She would say it if she was not in an election year. She would say she would raise the taxes. She would say it. But because she's in an election year, she's not saying it, because if she says that, then billionaires are going to campaign against her and spend that money to make sure she doesn't win. So she can't say it.
So you think once she gets reelected?
Once she gets reelected, and I think she will. Because Cuomo never gave nobody checks back, inflation checks. Cuomo never gave nobody no money. Hochul gave people money back. $400, $300.
I think the latest was $300.
Bro, people, and like just the mere fact that you got bread back. Hey, you know, like, damn, at least I got something rather than nothing. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying? Even when Trump gave out the stimulus checks, even though that was passed through Congress and all that because of the COVID, people remember that. Oh, Trump gave me a check. Gave me a stimmy check. That's what they care about. So she's putting money back into the pockets of New Yorkers. She sided with Zohran. She's in an election year, so she's going to try to get an endorsement from Zohran.
We'll see. I want to see how the competition is.
It's going to work. And Cuomo, the reason why I think she's not with Cuomo, she was not on the side of Cuomo, is because the whole sexual assault thing or that stuff that he had going on. Because she outed him on that.
Everybody did.
She outed him on that. And it's like, yo, for him to be running and now you're buddies with him and, you know, he's known for this big issue that he had, she would never do that.
But she didn't. Did she? Well, she backed Zohran.
She backed Zohran.
Yeah, she backed him. So, well, he was the only obvious choice. But yeah, see, and that's the thing too. Like, if you had somebody other than Como whatever other people, but I guess like another big name Democrat other than Cuomo running. Was Zohran one? I don't know. Like Cuomo, bro, if Cuomo didn't have all those allegations, I think he would have won, but I think it was really hard for people to look past what he did, bro. Like that, and I get it too. Like that, and that's still recent, but that's a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Enough time hasn't passed for people to say, you know what, we're kind of forgetting what you did, Cuomo. You know what I mean? Like that was just way too recent.
Cuomo's not a Trump. He's not a Trump.
There's only one. There's only one Trump.
He's not a Trump.
There's only one Trump, and I always say this too. There are going to be people post-Trump to try to be him, either on the Democratic or Republican side, and it's not going to work out. Yeah. It's not going. I truly believe there's one of one Trump because he was just so authentic in the way he campaigned and ran, and it worked. But afterwards, you can't do it. You can't. You just can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? I think politics is going to get back. Maybe it might be a little rough, but I think it's going to be how it was pre-Trump. Going to be, be a little bit boring. Going to be a bit more polished. Going to get more political answers. Not going to get the whole truth. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Remember when the debate happened with him and Kamala and how everybody was watching that shit?
Yeah.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Next presidential debate, the numbers are going to be right back to where it was before.
Unless JD is there. And with an announcement of Trump as a running mate, hell yeah! Because they also have the VP debate too.
Bro, I hope they don't do that.
They have the VP debate too, and Trump is gonna go buck wild.
They only get one, and if Trump gonna be like, hey, I think we need 4 VP debates.
Yo, he's gonna say some shit like that.
Oh my God.
He's gonna say some shit like that because this is an important job as well. And I'm telling you, bro.
I hope they don't do that, bro.
Dude, I'll look. When JD runs, I want Trump to be his VP. I want to see how the world is going to react.
In my head, I'm thinking that
because there's no law against that. There was never a president that was 2 terms, and then the third one became freaking VP.
In my head, this is the only way where I see they wouldn't allow it. Because the job of the VP is to take over the president if something were to happen.
Right.
Let's just say, knock on wood, God forbid, JD wins the presidency, Trump is VP. But if something were to happen to JD, Trump would technically have to serve his third term. So and that's illegal.
No, it's not.
But he can't take the seat of the presidency.
Yes, he can.
But that would technically be another term.
No, remember, you cannot be elected for another 4 years. You can't be run for president and be elected and win and then be president. Nowhere in the rules it says if you are a past president and you're a VP and you become president. No, there's no rule saying that you can't do that. Because that's the job of the VP. If the president cannot fulfill his duties, the VP steps in.
JD, don't do this, bro.
Bro, he's got to do it. He's got to do it. Yo, the only reason why I'm saying this is I want to see how the world is going to react. You see, from day one,
burn this shit down, nigga.
From day one when Trump came in, executive order. Unlike no other president. Unlike no other executive order. Yeah, they got to get passed through Congress and all that. But
he want to change now.
You want it done now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is stuff and flexing his power with, blowing up the boats in Venezuela and doing all of these things. He's really sending the National Guard out into states. This is things that, these are the powers they say I have. I'm going to flex my fucking powers, bro. And I'm going to see who's going to tell me what I can and can't do. There's no president has ever done that shit.
Because Trump is not a politician. I say this all
he don't
the
give a fuck,
time.
bro.
He comes from the business world where if he wanted shit done, he's going to cut corners. You know,
he's going to find a way.
He's going to find a way to do it. So he's handling the presidency the same way he would as CEO of his Trump empire. He's not a politician. Technically, he's a politician because he's a president, but he doesn't come from this world. The same way Elon, he was just like, bro, this shit is too slow for him. He was annoyed at how slow politics is, which is why he's not getting involved in this shit no more. Mm-hmm. He wanted to implement change. He wanted it done fast, and politics don't work like that. So I think that's why Elon, his political career is finished.
Yeah, it's done. But
because those guys are used to like, hey, this is what I want done. Boom, get it done. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work like that in this world. It does not work like that.
And then you can see that Trump is trying to speed that up too. You can see that he's doing it.
Yes, he doesn't sleep. What's her name? You know her face, a famous CNN reporter. Trump always go back and forth with her. But she did an interview at some random podcast. I was just listening to it. And she said the thing about when Trump is president, he doesn't sleep. You're on call 24/7.
That's wild.
She it could be 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Oh, Trump about to say something. You got to get up and go get dressed and go ready for work. That she said that's the difference between him and everybody else. He's always on the move, bro. At his age, he's just on the go.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
He's taking advantage of every day of being president,
oh my God, bro.
Especially for being his last time.
This is it.
He's really taking advantage of it. But I mean, again, there's some policies that I like that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? It's really pushing the country forward. In a sense, it is bringing more respect back to the American name, even though, look, America don't got to be liked by everybody. We don't got to be everybody's friend. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Venezuela is not everybody's friend. Freaking Mexico is not everybody's friend because they calling out Trump and saying, oh, what he's doing is irresponsible with blowing up the boats. Because I watched the video of the president. She was talking about, oh, it's unjust to kill these people. They need to, serve their time and face justice in court and have their fair chance. I'm reading the comments. Everybody's like, yeah, she's bought by the cartels. Mm-hmm. It is so true because it's like, yo, and I had discussions with people about this too. It's like, okay, oh, how do you know there's drugs on that boat? Or you think they're that dumb to just see a boat going across a speedboat? Listen, a speedboat, not a regular ship that's carrying goods. A speedboat with a couple of dudes on it with some tarps over some stuff, looking hella sketchy, right? Don't know the point of origin where they come, other than coming from Venezuela. Have no paperwork to say, oh, here's our paperwork. We're coming from here. We're delivering this time, this and goods. They don't have none of that. They're on a boat in international waters, crossing over and coming into the Caribbean Sea. You're going to tell me with all the human trafficking, drug trade, oh, yeah, they need to have their day in court. Blow them Johns up, bro. Blow that up. Blow it up. I heard one time they sent a second rocket at it because it didn't blow up the first time. Send more fucking rockets at that shit, yo. Bro. People dying out here, bro.
I remember seeing the video. I thought it was fake.
You thought that shit was AI, bro.
I thought that shit was fake. And then I saw Trump post on Truth. He just blew the shit out the boat. And I was like, wait, that was a real video.
That shit was real, bro.
Yo.
That shit was real, bro.
Bro, and the thing with Trump, too, he's posting this shit, yo.
Yo, whoever runs his account need a raise, bro. They need a raise.
That's what's funny, or I don't know, funny, but that's the thing with his president. He literally lets you know what's going on day by day, post by post. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we saw what's the president of Ukraine name again?
Zelensky.
Yeah, Zelensky. When he came in and they did that whole feud out in the public, he's letting the public know. And they had a cabinet meeting. He did it live.
Yup.
He's letting y'all know, yo, this is what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, say before, not going to be another Trump. This is the best you're going to get.
This is the most
scene.
you're going to be able to see behind the scenes and see a little more than you did with Biden, Obama, and all of them. Like he's really giving us the show that we want. Look, whoever voted for him, they're getting what they voted for. You're getting the jokes. You're getting the America first.
Sometimes I think he goes too far with the jokes, yo. Like,
bro, I like it. I like the joke.
It's funny, but like, even with the protesters. When you sending the plane, I was like, bro, was that necessary?
The jet with it shitting on the.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro, was that necessary? Like,
dude, but I like it though.
It was funny, but sometimes I'm like, bro, you know how they hate the shit out of you. Just you don't need to give them more ammo. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's alright to just calm down. Like
just take it on the chin, bro. Like
yo, there's no taking it on the chin with this man. He's gonna respond to everything.
That shit was funny.
That shit was
funny. But it's like, and it's not like he's in his 30s. This dude is like, what, 70 something, 80 something?
I think he's 79.
Bro.
Yeah, he's just turned 79 because for his 80th birthday, I think that's when they're doing the UFC White House thing.
White House thing? Dude, it's not like he's not a Gen Zer. He's not, a millennial. He's not that dude is old. And he got all these damn jokes. Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
You know what really had me dying? When Hakeem Jeffries was during the shutdown, he had him in a Mexican hat.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, my God. Even that, I was like, damn, Trump. But that shit was hilarious. And then he did it a second time. I'm like, how are you going to write this in the history books, bro?
Dude,
like,
he's the most entertaining president we've ever had.
By far, again, because he comes from the entertainment industry also.
No, I think it's because he's just be himself. Like, he's like, I don't give a fuck what you say or how you feel. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm going to do. And he does it. Remember the time he dropped the F-bomb during an interview when someone was asking him a question and he's about to get into the plane?
It was about Israel.
Yeah, about Israel. I'm like, bro, what president going to be saying in front of a reporter other than it was like a hot mic and they didn't know that they were saying, bro, the man has no filter.
No filter, bro. But that's what the American people love, though. That's why he was voted in, because they're like, all right, he's authentic and he just don't give a damn, bro.
That's one trait I like about the man. Like, he don't care. And look, I don't agree with all of his policies and all that stuff, but certain things he say, bro, that's true. Bro, hey, he's giving it to you real.
You know what's crazy? You can see with every leader of the country, like how everybody responds to him. Because even with the Democrats, because Trump has a I don't give a fuck attitude, it's starting to like wear on them a little bit too. Because even with Jasmine Crockett, they did an interview with her. It was like a street interview. They asked her a quick question. Hey, I think it was Elon. She's like, hey, if Elon was here right now, it's either Elon or Trump. If they was here right now, what would you say to them? She was like, fuck off. Usually nobody would drop F-bombs like that on a live interview. Trump is doing it. It's rubbing off a little bit on everybody. So now some other politicians will be becoming a bit more authentic
uncensored,
and saying, uncensored and saying what they want to say. Jasmine Crockett is the number one of that. Like, she may not agree with her, but she says things uncensored as well.
She's got more of a hot temper now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not doing things in a traditional political way. Like, even some of her meetings, she will be, using like slang and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think she's deliberately being unprofessional.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I think she is deliberately being unprofessional also, because it's like, all right, Jasmine, calm down, bro. You know what I'm saying? The thing about her background too, she's not even
like
from
that
life.
She's not even like that.
You know what I mean? That's what pisses me off, bro. Like, you wasn't even raised in this environment. You're not even like that. But because you want to appeal to the masses, you want to appeal to other black people, you want to put on this fucking mask and be like that. You know what I'm saying? Who else? There were some other Democrats, like Van Jones. I remember maybe he was talking about Jasmine Crockett. He was talking about some politician on CNN, and he was just like, I just think you need to polish up. He was giving
even Stephen A. was saying that.
Yeah, you need to polish up. You don't gotta drop the F-bombs. You don't do that. But because Trump is doing it, everybody like, you know what? I guess I could do it too.
But they not they not him, because
That's what I'm saying.
when they get to that level and people looking to support and we're talking donors, you know what I'm saying? Because they need donors to fund their campaign, to get them up, to give them the visibility. They're just like, yo, I ain't trying to give you no money to no ratchet ass person. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is how you act. This is how you are. You're not a billionaire. You don't have connections. You don't have none of this stuff. Like, you're not in the system of making money like how we're making money. Why would I throw all this money at you? Why would I support you? Why would I put my flag behind you and support you? They're not. So all that yip yapping and all that ain't gonna get her nowhere but make herself look stupid until she say the wrong thing at the wrong time and get her whole career finished. And she's close. She's close to doing that.
You saw what she just did? How she was framing something about the Epstein comment she had?
Yeah, and she had to take it back. Oh, I didn't say this. She didn't even take
it back for real.
I didn't say that, and I thought it was this person. I'm like, yo, like you got the whole thing messed up. I'm telling you. She's quick again that, we gotta destroy Trump. We gotta fight Trump. We gotta do this mentality that they got is backfiring them. Let's see the James, the other woman in Georgia, and I forget her name. She was prosecuting Trump. She was a prosecutor.
I know you're talking about. I can't remember her name though.
Then what happened to that whole thing? A whole scandal came out that she was sleeping with some coworker and all of that stuff.
Cooked.
Fried. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Keep going after this man. You're gonna get fried, bro. You're gonna get fried.
So yeah, like I thought I was just so weak when she made that Epstein comment. You should have just like, you know what? My team and I made a mistake. We take it back. Boom. She tried to stand on it.
Can't take accountability.
Try to just stand on it. And I even saw other Democrats saying, nah, that's not the right path. Like, you got the wrong information. You got the wrong, like, just apologize.
Just apologize.
Take it back and boom. But you were just trying to say, like, this is just so irresponsible, bro. So
horrible. But speaking of Trump, the one other thing he did was consider nursing degrees along with architects and I think two others that are no longer professional degrees. And this kind of brought, especially in the nursing world and the medical world, in a frenzy, in a spiral, because a lot of students are applying to be nurses. And it sounds like they're devaluing, the role of a nurse or the profession of being a nurse. So all in all, this kind of reduces the amount of money that can be borrowed for those degrees, not professions, but those degrees for student loans. So I think it dropped down from like $50,000 to like $28,000 now as being the max that they can borrow from the government. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are kind of like worried because, if you're in college, you got your first year of loans, then the following year, is much less. Now you got to take out private loans.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? And we're going to just focus on nursing degrees. There's the other ones, but, nursing is a big thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
My initial gut reaction was like, no. I just want to know the why. Mm-hmm. I was just like, why? Because, nurses are important. There's different levels of nurses. Hospitals cannot operate without them. Right. They do play a big role in, they do play a big role in people's lives. So I was just thinking, like, why would you want to not give them the proper title? Why would you want to just not give them the federal funding needed to complete those degrees? My whole thing was just like, why? But then, we started to research into it, and my opinion kind of still stands. It's like, I get it, but I still just don't get it. Mm. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, is your job as important as a doctor? No, of course not. There's levels to this shit. But to kind of downplay their roles, I just don't agree because, bro, you go into a hospital, you see the nurse. They're the one that's draw, your blood. They're the one that check your vitals. they doing some shit that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously shit that, has to be taught, has to be trained. They do play an important role, and then, say, all right, hey, the doctor will speak to you. But they see you before the doctor, so they're dealing with you first. And again, if you just want to make the argument like, hey, they don't play an important role as a doctor, hey, I get that, I understand that, but I'm still struggling to see the why though. You know what I mean? Like, what's the vision? Like,
yeah. What is it?
The explanation for it doesn't do it for me. It's just like, that's not a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing on it.
No, I agree with that too, because if you're trying to lower the amount of money that's being borrowed, but it's like the money is eventually going to get paid back.
Yeah.
But unless the only other thing I could see is like, okay, they're doing that in the event that those loans don't have to get deferred or forgiven through the government, meaning the government would just pay the rest, like how Biden was trying to do, we'll cancel your student loans, like when that whole thing was going on, where those were government-owned loans, where they had the power to just purchase them and erase the debt. I think he's trying to lower that so that, okay, it doesn't bring our national debt higher because we're using taxpayer money to pay for other people's education, which to me is like, if I'm going to the government to take out a loan and I'm paying it back and it's paid back with interest, you guys are still getting money. You know what I'm saying? So I think for him, that I didn't like that, and I don't like that he's doing it because, again, like I said earlier, you got people in school currently that are, relying on getting those loans at a better interest rate than private loans because they can't afford it, or, you know what I mean? Everybody's circumstance is different, but it gives them flexibility.
Yeah, and my thing about it too is like, say if somebody wants to become a nurse, and then you put this in place, you're just going to deter them to not become a nurse. Like, nurses are still needed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't want people to feel like it's a waste of time to pursuing a nursing degree.
And you don't want them to spend so much money to get a nursing degree because, again, they have to take out a private loan.
And that job is like, you're still important.
You're still
helping people's lives. Like, it's
100%.
Not a fucking school bus driver. Like,
oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to the school bus drivers.
Oh yeah. Important job. But I'm just saying, like, the levels of important from a school bus driver to a nurse. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're a nurse, bro. Like, you go into a hospital, you see them first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They take your vitals, your blood, and all of that.
Your temperature. They check your hearing, your eyes, everything.
And they work with the doctors on, like, what's going on with the patient. Like, it's a team thing. So, like, yeah, it's just like the reason behind it. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah. So we don't agree with you on that, bro. You gotta do something about that.
Shout out to the school bus drivers.
Yeah, shout out to the school bus drivers. That's an important job. You're driving around with kids. It's very important. You gotta drive safe. Don't just be, driving around willy-nilly. So one quick question, hot mic. Do you think the U.S. is gonna go to war with Venezuela?
Shit, it's looking like it. It's looking like
Yo,
it.
Send them rockets, bro. And I'm not talking about the Houston Rockets either, bro. Send them rockets, man. Send them Johns. Like, we can't be having, drugs coming into the country. But on a real note, on a serious note, like, seriously, like, if those, like, they have intelligence to know those are drug boats.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
My only thing is, though, is like, Trump campaign on peace, no new wars under him. Now, this will be a war.
Yo, DR backing him on that, though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they DR backing him on that. They said,
blow him up.
Because DR on that conservative ish too.
Oh, yeah,
on that conservative shit too. So they were like, yeah, you know, we're working with the Trump administration on you know, the war against the drug trade coming from Venezuela, and you know, working with him and working in our waters, because you know they have to put ships near there.
Look at what DR is doing. They're doing what Trump is doing. Mass deportations, running up in people's houses, running up in businesses to slow down drug trafficking, sex trafficking. They shutting business clubs down. They're doing a lot of the things Trump is doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Pete, that's why I tell people like, yo, okay, you can disagree with what Trump is doing, but like, this is nothing new. Other countries are doing the same thing.
Shit.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I think, you know, first of all, there's a lot of history behind Nicolas Maduro. Mm-hmm. But his election was fake. It was rigged. So he just claimed to be the president, rigged the election to win. So it's like the people didn't vote for him in there. And yeah, you may have some Venezuelans that's saying he's screwing up stuff for them. I guess, I don't know, with them closing the border and all that, but your president's got to go. He's got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, this is
you gotta I think you gotta struggle now to benefit later.
Yeah.
Type of John. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My only thing is just that I just want to see where this is gonna go. It's like, yeah, I can see why we go to war with them, but will this cause people to turn on Trump? Well, I don't know if it will cause people to turn on Trump.
I don't think they would. I think the real conservative Hispanics would agree. They would agree, and then they're the ones that kind of voted for him and to begin with.
But you know, they'll just give more. I'm really worried about the Democrats. They're gonna find, you know,
they're gonna say, "Oh, it's not right," and this, that, and this, because they're always on the Democrats are always on the side of the criminals for some reason. I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
Free bail, no bail, coming out. Dude, you see a dude that slashed somebody 100 times coming in and out of jail, and you still let him on the street.
We say that all the time.
Like, ridiculous.
So many times.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But it would just be like, hey, you said you weren't going to start new wars, and now there's a war.
No, I get it, but it's my thing is you can't take that word literally, because if something is happening that will eventually get worse, it's like knowing they're coming and bringing in the drugs and the crime is increasing, all this stuff is increasing. You're president and you know this is happening. Oh, but I don't want to start no new wars. Bro, you're destroying your own country because you don't want to start. Get them niggas out of here, bro. Excuse my French. I got to put $1, but get the motherfuckers out of here, bro. Like I don't know. Like, I just can't stand. Like, if I was him, maybe I wouldn't be, you know, as blunt with sending the rockets and everything. But I would put the military ships out there and be like, yo, you need to stop this trade. I'm going to give you a warning, this, that, and the third. And then I'm going to put a blockade. You know what I'm saying? And yo, you can't pass. Then if they try to attack my boat, boom, then I'm going to send the missiles out. I ain't just going to send the drone out and just blow it up like that. But again, everybody got a different way of doing things. But yo, it's got to stop.
It's got to stop.
It's got to stop. At least for here. They could go bring it to Europe and all of them. Let them deal with that. Because Europe has a drug problem.
Yeah.
A big one.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, bro. It's looking like we're going to go to war with
them.
Bro,
if we go to war with them, it's going to last like a month. Like, I'm telling you, they will just strike, boom, boom. If anything, they'll probably take him out. They will probably take him out.
Man, this administration.
Look what he did to all the other people. Dude on the balcony smoking a cigarette.
Boom.
Yo, them dudes waited for him. Yeah. Waited for him. Studied him. Every morning at 8 o'clock, he'd get up, go outside, and smoke a cigarette. Yeah, today's his last cigarette, bro. Like, yo.
Man,
they would do that to him.
Mapping out his day.
Yo, they would do that to him. Other dude in the whip, driving, chilling, looking through the window, fucking rocket, boom, like
black.
Like,
The nigga on the other side.
He on the other side, bro. He on the other side already, bro. I mean, yo, he was getting them done, bro. Getting it done, son.
And I think what showed people, even though we all knew the U.S. military is the strongest in the world, it's a force to be reckoned with, but when Trump sent the missiles to the, not the missiles, when he sent the planes, like, what was the plane's name, bro, that looked like?
The B-12 bombers.
Yes. When he sent those and so, like, how swift they just took care of business, bro.
Yo, you know how much money it costs to fly that, John? Every flight is $1 million. Every flight on that plane, like that plane alone, is $1 million.
Bro, they came in, dropped the bomb, swiftly turned around, went back home.
Gone.
Done. Trump announced, yep, bombed them up. Came out with JD and Marco Rubio, made an announcement. After he said he wouldn't, it was kept on the hush hush. Nothing spilled, nothing leaked. Did it. I remember working out. I was like, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying?
What? Dude, I was on that. I was watching. Yo, and that's the thing. That made me watch this military conflict stuff more with this guy.
But that showed you the power of the U.S. military, bro. And it's like, damn, we good. We protected. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, make you think twice. Like, all right, do you really want to start this?
Do you really want to go down that path? Especially now with Hegseth at the forefront of the military now. Department of War, that they call
Department of War, bro.
They renamed it. Not defense. It's war. Like, come on, like how can you not be proud of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, take us seriously, type John. Like, take us seriously. Even though just a name change, just take us seriously.
Still hasn't been a year. That's what so much shit has happened, bro.
Oh, and his approval ratings is skyrocketed higher than Biden and higher than his first term.
Yeah, higher than his first term.
So remember 6 months ago we were saying, well, what with the terrorists, when he's running around with the terrorists and people were like, oh, we don't know. Dude, the economy had hit a record at one time.
Yeah, and then I would say we'll see.
Hit a record at one time.
We're going to see next year in 2026, like how some of his policies, like how they sizzled in. But I just keep saying, bro, it'll be January as March when he's like sworn into office, make it a year. Think about so much stuff that's happened this year, bro.
Alone.
I'm like, yo, what are we going to do after 4 years?
Bro, the country's longest government shutdown. Like that, like almost every other month is some craziness.
It's something. Like, it is something to talk about. I'm just like, boy, what year 2 gonna hold, bro? What year 2 gonna hold? It feels like he's been president for a term already.
Bro.
and the thing about what the country reacting, all the protests. And I'm like, I want to see if they're gonna keep that up in year 2. It's like, all right, I can get it. Year 1, Trump is in office. You want to make your voice.
They're gonna keep doing it.
But you know, stuff with ICE, it's just been, bro, it's been crazy, yo. Crazy.
Hey, I'm enjoying it, you know. Hey, no tax on tips. No tax on tips for y'all. Yeah. Like, I don't know. These are some policies that make sense. It makes sense. But we're going to be switching gears now from the politics. And talk about the dude... Akaash's wife.
Yeah. So
let's talk about it.
Long story short, for anybody that watches Flagrant 2, no podcast is hosted by Andrew Schultz and Akaash. Man, what's his last name? But
yeah, I don't remember his last name.
But anyway, if you watch Flagrant 2, you know it's Andrew Schultz and Akaash. And Akaash, he's like, I believe he's Indian.
Yeah.
And recently it came out that his wife was a Trish. And what I mean by that, for anybody who don't know that lingo, she a hoe. She came out, she was on some podcast, or I guess a couple of podcasts, saying how much she yearns for her college days. You might say, yo, D, what you mean she missed college? What she miss about college? Opening up her fucking legs. Talking about how she was in threesomes, the amount of guys she used to sleep with, the high sexual activity she was involved in. Saying that she misses that. Now, one, if I'm her husband and I hear that, she basically saying you ain't putting it down in the bedroom. Saying I miss my sex in college because my husband can't fulfill me sexually. That's how I would take it. And two, this would probably be number one, but two, the reason why this is really a story, you probably saying, yo, D, okay, his wife was a thought. Why do we care? If you follow the podcast, he always talked about in the past, oh, my wife was a virgin when I met her. He always said that. Fresh and Fit came on the show a couple of years ago. He called their mentality childish, which I could agree with. But he always used to point like, yeah, you know, you need to be married. He was a virgin when he met his wife, and his wife was a virgin. And that was always a talking point when he'd talk about his marriage. Turns out that was a lie. Not only was that a lie, she was a whole dot. Whole dot. Bro, I thought this was fake too.
Stab right in the heart.
I thought this was fake. And I don't think he commented on it. I don't know what else he could really say, what he could really say. But I want to know, like, all right, yo, what happened behind closed doors for her to say, you know what, F your image. I'm going to go out and say this. Because she clearly got no respect for you. No respect at all. And you probably covering the bills.
He's paying for everything.
He's paying for everything. But she said, I'm going to go on some thought-ass podcast, talk about how I was in threesome, foursomes, getting it, ran up the a-hole and all that. And basically say everything you said was a lie. So either, Akaash, you was lying to protect your image, or you just an idiot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I'm like, damn. So when you slept with her, you couldn't tell that was ran through? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did she fake being a virgin?
That too.
Somebody lying.
Somebody is lying. Somebody is lying. And she was talking about some other dude. Like, she was talking about some other guy or some other dude that she was talking to and talking about his size and all this stuff. I was like, damn.
She was going in.
And then I saw a video where he was like trying to get remarried to her, and he gave her a ring, and you know, he kind of said something nice, you know, went down. Did he go down, or he just like gave her the ring and went in for a kiss, and she only gave him a hug? I'm like, damn, like, if that's your wife, like, you know, like, why does she act mad weird around you like that? I mean, she don't love him. And another thing is, the wife now, I think she's having the Aisha Curry syndrome, where she may think because he's a comedian, he's getting all of this attention, he's got the podcast going for him, like, and she's not getting that type of attention. That's what she want. I think that's what she want to do. But she need to realize, once she leave that man, she ain't gonna have no bread to cover the lifestyle that she's gonna have, and she better hope whoever pick her up is gonna want to stay with her so they can pay for her lifestyle. Because there was this one point where she was also on that podcast and she was saying, you know, if I were to make money, I guess, you know, if she made like $600 or something, you know, that's her money. But her husband money is their money. Like, it's her money as well.
Oh, yeah. She said that too, yeah.
So I'm like, well, wow. Like, that means you literally don't contribute jack shit to the relationship. You just feeding off of him.
That sounds like some 304 talk.
You know, I mean, look, being a 304 these days is a popular thing to do now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then I'm looking him up now. It seems like he was praising this happy wife, happy life stuff. Also calling dudes broke if you can't make her happy. Basically, Yeah, like I'm reading up on it now. It's Akaash Singh. That's his name. Basically, kind of just like downing men. But then I'm like, why should I take any type of relationship or marital advice from you when, bro, you obviously have no respect in your home. For a woman, bro, even if this is true, for her to go on and say this publicly, she has no respect for you at all.
Yeah, that's very disrespectful, especially for being like married. They're not like girlfriend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And she just tainted your image. I mean, you know, this probably will go away soon, but now I'm just looking at him like, bro, you just a simp. Honestly, like
straight up.
This a simp. And for you to still even, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Maybe he'll grow some balls and dump her.
He can't do that.
But I would just be like, bro, I'm done with you. But I don't think he's gonna do that. He's gonna stay with her and just let her run the relationship. Because it sounds like everything, all her comments, she run the house. She definitely run the house if she got the balls to come out and say that. She definitely got some balls. So it's like, bro, I don't hear nothing. Anything relationship. If on the podcast, when stuff about relationships come up, shut up. Let Schultz lead the charge. Let anybody else, the guest, lead the charge. You just stay there. So nobody will crack a joke. Bro, if I was ever on that podcast.
I think Andrew was cracking jokes at him about it too.
Bro, I gotta look it up, bro. Cause I kept watching everybody reaction to it and watching her videos. I couldn't find, like, I was trying to find Akaash response to it to see if he said anything out loud about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, there was a point. I think they were making jokes on him about it. And he was feeling some type of you can see that shit on his face. But I don't know. That's messed up. And he can't leave her because if they get a divorce, she gonna get paid. And I'm sure he want to keep the little millions that he got.
And he will, because he admitted to when they got together, he wasn't making as much money. Which means majority of the wealth was made post-marriage.
Yeah.
She's entitled to half of that. I don't know what state he got married in. It don't matter. He cooked. But you know what I'm saying?
Done.
Like,
he's
states
done.
Like, I think like New York and California, those are like, it starts at 50%, meaning if you divorce, the starting point is 50%.
Can you believe that? Can you believe? You know what's funny? I saw just the other day, I saw a billboard about getting a divorce. You would only have to pay $600 to complete your divorce. I'm like, yeah, this is some scamming ass shit. But yo, he's a millionaire. He's entry level millionaire. Let's say that.
Yeah. He's not like multi-millionaire like somebody else, but he's like, yeah, he's a millionaire, but he's not to the point where he has like FU money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he about to do, bro. I don't know what he's gonna do. It's about to look real ugly for this man. And she also made a video of like, it got deleted, of telling young college girls, hey, don't settle with the first man you see, basically to sleep around, date around. And you know, so I was looking at that, I'm like, is she saying she regret marrying this man? Maybe not, because he got money, but it's like, y'all preaching two different tunes, bro. Like,
yo,
what's going on? So I gotta look up to see what Andrew Schultz was saying to him. Cause I'm like, there was
it was him and that another black dude that was on there.
Cracking jokes
Jokes on it. He was like, you know, like he wasn't really, you know how he always like joking and nah, he was a little tame.
Embarrassed.
He was a little tame.
Bro, oh my gosh. They should have done a whole episode on this man.
Facts. Shit.
And that just comes to show you, bro.
He's cooked. He's cooked.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, I want to know when his next comedy show or comedy tour is.
He's got to make jokes about it.
Oh my, you got to talk about it. And especially if hecklers, you can't even imagine.
They're going to yell out.
Like, yo, I was one of the dudes in college that banged your wife. Yo.
Oh,
bro, I'm telling you.
That could be, yeah, that's tough.
Bro, I'm telling you. I want to see how he going to, like, play this off. Because, I mean, you're a comedian. He has a chance to, like, kind of, I don't know, sway this. he has to address this head on. He got to address his head on, and I don't know. I don't think this is going to go away. Maybe it will, because he's not that big of a name for it to be talked about for so long. But this is just crazy, bro.
But I mean, he is on a podcast with a couple million subscribers.
Well, that's true.
You know, and then in the podcast where people gonna remember you, like
yo,
it's really that big.
I just want to know. I just want to see, like, in the future, like, when a relationship topic come up, somebody say like, "Yo, Akaash, you got anything to say about Mary, bro?"
Yo, because I think that's the only girl he been with.
Yeah,
according to what they saying, yeah.
Only girl he
that
been
makes
with.
it look even worse.
Even worse, bro.
Dang.
Even worse. But I guess, yeah, maybe in his culture you can't divorce. Cause, bro, that was me.
Yo,
the money wouldn't. I mean, it would matter. But I'm like, bro, I was like, yo, take it. My career on up, I'll make some more money. There's no way I could be attached to that. No way.
Oh man,
bro, no way. But yo, shout out to the homeboy.
You gotta be strong for that.
Oh my god.
But next topic, I wanted to talk about, you know, one video that I was watching from another YouTuber. I gotta shout out her name.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let's see. Damn. Give me 1 second. But anyway, as I go in and I search for the video, oh yeah, I found it. It's Bold Beginnings Now. Is the YouTube channel. She posted a video saying billionaires don't want you to stop spending. And, you know, there was a like she, you know, clipped a bunch of videos together and also was explaining that billionaires, you know, only want to take your money, and, you know, you guys need to stop buying the stuff. Like, they call it Red Friday, where you don't spend any money on that day because you're giving billionaires more and more money already, X, Y, and Z. And, you know, people complaining that, you know, these billionaires have all this money, but they pay the workers, you know, minimum wage, you know what I'm saying? And basically, you know, talking about that and trying to, you know, F the corporations, F them, F that. She didn't explicitly say that, but if you were watching it based on the shorts and stuff that was stitched together, that's kind of how people are going at it. So what I wanted to tell her, what I said was, you know, the people are sounding like a bunch of haters because they're saying, why do you need $1 billion? Why do you need this much money? We live in a capitalist country where there is no cap on how much money you can make. And if you put caps on how much people can make, then you're only going to increase inflation. Right? So whether or not Elon got the $1 trillion, let the man have his $1 trillion. He put the work in. Yes, he may have did some exploits and all that stuff to get that $1 trillion or get his company as big as it is. Apple did. Microsoft did. Freaking Target, Walmart, all these $1 billion companies did also. Right? And instead of complaining, how about getting an education and getting a better job? How about investing in yourself rather than complain and say, I need to demand to get paid more? There's people above your level that's getting paid more than you. So how about you think about leveling up to get more money?
Right. That's how I always look at it.
So, you know, so her comment was that there's a lot of people that work for these billionaires. Their wages have not increased for years, and the cost of living continues to rise. What should be done about the billionaires? What should be done about that, as billionaires receive tax breaks and bonuses? I appreciate learning from others and understanding others' thoughts and what are some possible solutions. Thanks for commenting.
My thing with these tax breaks, I'm gonna let you go.
Go ahead. No. I'm pretty much done. That's what she said, and I basically responded in what I told you guys anyway. But go ahead.
My thing with these tax breaks is, I don't think there's anything you could do with it, because Trump called out Hillary. Remember, in like one of his first debates on his first term, was like, yeah, I took advantage of those tax breaks because she implemented them. people will always want to come at Republicans. I'm not saying this is a political thing, but always kind of one-sided with the billionaires and the tax breaks. When like the whole government is working with these millions and billionaires, and they have not closed these tax loopholes. Why don't we always say like, yo, close the tax loopholes that they're taking advantage of? Democrats could have done it. Republicans could have done it. It's not going to happen. It's just a talking point, you know. And that's all it will ever be. That shit would never happen, bro. You would never see these tax breaks going away from these millions and billionaires. And I had the same mindset as you. Like when they was talking about, you know, Elon Musk, if he hits now with $1 trillion package, I think his company has to see, you know, growth in a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? They're not just handed it to him. Because people also got to remember, Tesla's a public company. You know what I mean? Like, technically, Elon could be fired. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, hey, if you have growth in this certain amount of time and, you know, other targets he has to hit, then he'll get that $1 trillion package. Me, I was just like, oh, okay. You know, I went along my day because I've always had the mindset when I've done this, I was like, damn, man, shit getting expensive. I need to make more money. Went to the lab, cooked. What I mean by that, it's like I better myself to get a higher paying job each and every time. And I think that's what any person would do. You know what I'm saying? If you're just saying, hey, I'm not making enough at this job, instead of complaining about, hey, the millions and billions take advantage of me, well, some of it could be true. I'm not even saying some of it ain't true. It's just...
Well, somebody's got to be exploited.
You're going to sit there and complain, or you're going to try to work to get a better paying job? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to spend your time doing?
No, but that just goes to show... pay is based on level of importance of your position.
Correct.
So like, and not even to say that I'm taking back what I just said. Is like, I did say, oh, people got to get exploited. It's not even being exploited. That's the value of your position, you know. And yeah, you may do more work, but if there's more stressful things or important things or critical things that need to be handled, you want to compensate that person for handling that.
And bro, how many times we go through this with Amazon? Oh, Amazon don't pay their employees well. Oh, boycott Amazon. How many people how many people going to stop ordering from Amazon?
And that's the thing, they can't.
You can't, bro, because the service is too premium.
It's too convenient. It's too good. Like,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can have this thing of like nobody shop on this day. You know, I know people were like boycotting Black Friday. I just looked up a little bit, like boycotting Black Friday, shit like that. It's like, all right, who gonna join you? Mm-hmm. You might have a couple people join you, but like for the country to back that, like, bro, like if I need a TV and shit, a TV is $500 off on Black Friday. I ain't gonna consume.
Yo, nah, they had some. I saw, where was it? Some 65-inch TVs for $120. I'm like, 4K. I'm like, damn, like, this is outrageous.
Outrageous, especially for like things that I need. I remember like I needed a new charger and stuff like that. Cause I just got a new phone. And on Black Friday was like half the price. I'm like, why wouldn't I buy this? This is a necessity for me right now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to get people to group people together, say don't shop on Black Friday, when it's like people, I mean, there are some people who shop on want, but for people who shopping on need, like how can you tell them not to purchase things on Black Friday? So it's like, yeah, this whole war on billionaires thing, I'm not even sticking up for billions. It's just, I guess I just look at it a lot differently than how people are.
Yeah,
like, you know, like, especially when I hear the journey of some of the businesses, like, I think Amazon was starting like a garage. Wasn't it? Like, didn't Jeff Bezos start that in the garage originally? It wasn't, I don't know.
No, that was Apple.
That was Apple.
Jeff Bezos started it. He had some little office. It started in a little office, and he had his own.
No, that's it. Yeah,
and he did it. The Kindle. He started with the bookstore. I remember Amazon started out as like a bookstore where you can.
But no, it started in a garage in Bellevue, Washington, in '94.
Oh yeah, I know. Definitely, Apple started.
I know Apple was too. So it's like if I hear something like that and then it grows to $1 billion, like I don't know. They're exploiting the system again, like you said, that everybody's exploit. No administration has voted to close the tax loopholes
because both Democrats and Republicans are benefiting from it. So let's be honest. Like,
so it's like I don't know what else I'm really.
Yeah, so it's just not gonna happen. Like,
like
you're not gonna tell me the donors are gonna say, yeah, close up all the loopholes for us, and we're gonna continue to fund your campaign and donate to you. Not happening. Not happening.
So, again, I would love to get her on the podcast so we could talk more about it. And heart's in the right place. I just want to know like how we move forward.
So she know the channel. She's gonna check it out, and hopefully we can get her on the show and we can talk a little bit more about it. But with that being said, covered a lot of topics.
Yeah, we covered a lot. It's a long episode too.
It's a long episode. I mean, you guys deserve it anyway. But just let us know what you guys think about all these topics we covered. We're entering December, which is closing in closer to one full year of the Trump administration. A lot has changed. A lot has happened. Again, what else did we cover? What's his name? The Indian dude's name?
Akaash Singh.
Akaash Singh, his wife and his situation.
Mamdani.
Sims are standing up. The Sims are standing up and getting roasted, man. Like that's bad. Mamdani and Trump seems like they're gonna be best friends, but we'll have
see
to
how long that lasts.
We'll have to see how long that lasts because Marjorie Greene Taylor.
Oh yeah,
she's done.
Done. Remember, this said she's stepping down.
She stepped down. She resigned.
Yeah, resigned, and Trump was like Marjorie Traitor Green. Like,
yeah. Like I don't know where he gets these names from, but yeah. So there was that.
Which sucks, she was campaigning hard for that.
Hard body for him.
Hard, and for it to turn around like this, and she going to View. I'm like, damn. I wonder what happened.
To go on The View.
The View.
Damn.
Yeah.
But and nursing degrees no longer considered a professional degree. I mean, a lot of stuff is changing. And again, ladies and gentlemen, don't complain. Just act. Put out. You want to get more money, work harder, get a different job, level up, educate yourself, and be a better person. Don't be one of those victim mentality people that's just gonna run around and say the system is against you and this, that. If Jeff Bezos could come out with Amazon, you could come out with something too. If Elon could come out with PayPal, you could come up with something too. If Steve Jobs could make the Apple computer, you could come up with something too. This is the land of opportunity. Don't make it the land of what can you give me? You know what I'm saying? So that's my little spiel on words of wisdoms right there. But I'm Rich. I'm signing out. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm signing out too, D.
All right. Later, y'all.
Later.